Zion National Park is located in southwest Utah and is known for its stunning steep red cliffs and iconic hikes. In 2024, it was actually the second most visited national park in the U.S. And after spending a few days exploring here, we can understand why. If you're new here, hi, we're Sydney, Caleb, and Banks, an adventure travel family who helps others live out a wildly adventurous life by sharing ours. We're on a mission to visit all 63 national parks, and Zion is our 54th national park. Keep watching to see how we spent 3 days camping and hiking in Zion National Park with our 3-month-old baby. Tonight we are hiking to the Canyon Overlook Trail, which is a super easy, family-friendly hike. It's about, less than a mile, I think?
Yep.
It should take about 20 minutes, and we're hiking it for sunset, which for two reasons. One, because it's gorgeous at sunset, and the other reason?
It's scorching hot during the day.
Yeah, it's been like 105. And when we were looking at the weather for this week, it said it was going to be in like the 80s, which is not, it's hot, but not too bad. But we were like, there's no way we can do this in the middle of the day. So sunset it is, and it is so crowded. The lot is already full. It's a super small lot, but all around, like down the road, all the parking is full. I'm so thankful we got a spot.
Must be a popular sunset spot.
This trail is so cool. I know it's just like a short little easy overlook trail, but you get so much different kind of terrain as you're walking and different landscapes, and this is a great way to start off our week in Zion. Made it to the overlook. This is so gorgeous. You can see the road we drove up here on, right?
Hey buddy, what do you think of the view?
Do you like?
Pretty sweet, huh?
He's looking at it like he's seen better. For reference, this is what it looks like about 30 minutes after sunset. We got here about 30 minutes before. Like the most beautiful light. The sun had already gone behind kind of like that ridge line over there. So if you're looking to see the actual sunset on the, cliffside, you should probably get here about an hour before. There's lots of different areas in this whole overlook area that you can stop and climb and take pictures and get different vantage points into the canyon. This morning we got a very early start. We were at the visitor center at 6 a.m. to get parking and also to beat the heat. So you have to park here or one of the other lots to take the shuttle to most of the trails in Zion. You are not able to drive that road for the peak season. I've already seen so many deer and wildlife just in the parking lot. It's kind of crazy. During the summer season, the shuttles run every 5 to 10 minutes from 6 a.m. to 8:15 p.m.
Getting off here and then hiking to here.
It's about 6:30 a.m. and this is the line for the shuttle right now. Honestly, not too bad. You can obviously see there's tons of stanchions everywhere, which means that this is normally very full.
Maps at the end of these benches if anybody needs one.
So we just got off at shuttle stop number 6, the Grotto.
The grotto.
We are hiking the Kayenta Trail to Emerald Pools.
We're hiking it point to point, so we're going on the Kayenta Trail to the pools, and then we'll end at the Zion Lodge, and then take the shuttle back.
Which is shuttle stop 5. You can do it as like an out and back, but we figured we might as well take the shuttle stop there and kind of explore some other areas of the park. So far this morning, it's about 6:45 in the morning. It is so peaceful and it feels heavenly out right now.
Not for long. Heat is coming.
Something else I wanted to mention is that this is also the shuttle stop for Angel's Landing. You do need a permit for that hike. There is a trail that's actually paved that takes you to the base of Angel's Landing that you can do as well if you kind of want to see the iconic hike but don't have a permit. there's many reasons why starting early is a good idea here, but another reason is that I feel like a lot of the people that are starting around 6 a.m. are doing like the harder trails, like the Narrows or Angel's Landing. And so we basically are the only people hiking this very popular trail right now, which is kind of crazy to have it like almost all to ourselves, and it's like so peaceful. I cannot get over this like tunnel view down the canyon. It is so gorgeous. So in a weird way, this trail really reminds me of the Highline Trail in Glacier National Park. Obviously not the views whatsoever, but the fact that it's kind of just like up on a like cliffside, ridgeline, however you want to say it. And there's just stunning views everywhere you look, the whole trail. I feel like some trails, you know, the end is where the beauty is, not so much the whole trail, but we have stopped way too many times to take photos and videos because every time we round another corner, there's just another stunning view. The whole trail is lined with so many cactuses. They're so pretty. We're starting to see the upper pools and I think the middle pools, kind of where that brown is on the rock is what the bus driver had said when we were driving by. I see and hear water. I think we're getting close to the pools. Snoozing. He loves a good hike nap. So there's a split where you can keep going to the middle and upper pools or down to the lower. So we're going to start by going up to the middle and upper.
Work our way back down.
Down to the lower pools, which is the last of the 3 pools on this trail. So cool, you're like kind of walking under a little waterfall. This might be one of my favorite parts of the trail as far as like uniqueness. You're kind of on this like right in the cliffside, and you can see this little waterfall behind, which I'm sure when it's raining it's even heavier, but this is so cool. I love this part. So we're now heading back down after doing all of the pools, and we definitely recommend doing it starting at the Kayenta because you get this beautiful tunnel view as you're hiking into it.
All the pools are cool. The lower and upper are probably the best.
This way is also a great way to end because now that the sun is up and fully out, there's like a lot of trees that help shade it a little bit more, so you're not in direct sun. Whereas the trail that we took on the beginning, the Kayenta Trail, it was in full sun if it was right now. We've noticed that a lot of people rent bikes to explore, so this is like another option instead of taking the shuttle. For this trip, didn't really make sense for us with little guy, and we wanted to see kind of what the shuttle experience was like. But we made it back down. We are now at shuttle stop 5 where the Zion Lodge is.
Just got to the lodge. It's pretty cool. Be a fun place to stay if we weren't camping.
Yeah, the lodges inside of national parks have the most insane views. Obviously they come for a steep price. This morning we have another early start to hike the Watchman Trail.
It's 3.2 miles and 646 feet of elevation gain.
So it's another easy, great day hike. Thankfully this time around we're actually staying at the Watchman campground, so we can just walk from our campsite to the trailhead and we don't have to worry about doing the shuttle or anything like that. But again, we are starting early to help avoid the heat for little man and for us, and also to help avoid crowds. This Watchman Trail is just across from that visitor center, and there's a parking lot there where you'll park and continue on the trail. Mileage and elevation is very different from our All Trails app and from Caleb's navigation system on his watch.
I don't know who to believe.
So we'll see after we actually hike it kind of what the stats are. And I don't believe it'll stay paved the whole time, but it's at least starting that way. This is so pretty. Like every direction we look, there's just gorgeous views. This cactus is so cool with its little flowers. We made it to the top and the views are insane. There's 360 views everywhere.
It's not bad for a trail from the campground.
We are on our way back down, and honestly, we could have spent hours up there. It was so beautiful. There were so many views, like literally 360 views.
Definitely add it to your Zion itinerary if you're going to be out here. I think it's worth it.
Also, I knew that trail was going to be beautiful because obviously Zion is beautiful. But hiking up, the views were great. But then when we were going to round the corner, I was like, I don't see how this is going to be better than the views we're seeing right now on the trail. And then we get all the way up there, and it's even better. And I also feel like the pictures on all trails do not do it justice. I feel like they're the most random pictures. Weren't you saying there's like none of the actual view?
Yeah, there's not a lot.
So definitely, like Caleb said, this is a great one. We loved the hike we did yesterday. I'm sure some other iconic hikes like Angel's Landing and the Narrows are also really great hikes. Obviously, we did not do those this trip with having a 3.5-month-old baby. But once he gets a little older, we'll definitely come back and check those hikes off our bucket list.